secrets buried in the coldest ground. We're digging deep where the truth is found. Daphne's case files, we're breaking the chain. Justice rising, no more pain. Evil's end, the final call. Behind the lies, we'll expose it all. Whispers echo in the darkened halls. Faint confessions on the paper walls. Every victim deserves their say. We're here to chase the night away. Daphne's case files, we're breaking the chain. Justice rising, no more pain. Evil's end, the final call. Behind the lies, we'll expose it Unseen crimes, they thought they'd won, but the fight for truth has just begun. Every clue, every trace, bringing evil face to face.
Hello, I am Tiny. Hello, how is everybody doing today? I hope everyone is doing great. Hello, my internet friends. How is everybody doing? Oh, you got to come over to the right side. Well, whatever side you want to be in. If you want to be in vertical, you can stay in vertical. If you want to be in horizontal, come on over to horizontal. We welcome everybody. So I was asked to do a video on the missing two children, Jack and Lilly Sullivan, and that is who we will be going over today. They are still missing, guys, since May 2nd, 2025, a long time. We will be going over that case, and I am going to welcome in everybody. And so sit back and relax and get your tea or coffee or hot chocolate, and we're going to dig right into it. So I'm going to welcome in everybody, and I hope that you're all having a great day. My day's been crazy as usual. Hello, Miss Susan, Miss or Blue Heron. Hello, good to see you. Kelly, hello, my dear. Hello, how are you? Angel Wings, good to see you. Hello, my shenanigans, my bestie. Kelly, hello, good to see you. Scorpio Moon, glad you're here. I'm a dino dancer. Get out of here. I know who that is. Good to see you. Good to see you. My gosh, you guys kill me, I swear. Ruby, good to see you. Thank you. Thank you. Angel Wings, Pam, hello. Hello, American Justice. Is that you in the dino soup? I can't. You guys are so funny. Gaspel, good to see you. Miss Robin, hello. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Angel Wings, hello. Robin Groom. I cannot believe that I did a blonde. I had a blonde moment, right? I just got to tell you this. So the other night when you were asking for my phone number, I tried copy and paste it in the chat. And I am such an airhead that I actually copied and pasted Brooke's phone number from Crime, Lies, and Lies. And I don't even know how I did that, right? I posted her number in the chat. And the following morning, she text messages me. She's like, someone sent me an article, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, but and it was you, Rob. It was you. But I thought I had sent you my number. And she goes, she said Daphne. And she's like, it's okay. I will be your operator. I woke up laughing my butt off because it was the funniest thing. Like, that's a good thing to wake up to, right? But I was like, oh my gosh, I accidentally like copied because I was, I text her back and forth. And I was like, oh shit, I accidentally copied her number and put it in the chat. I am so sorry, Robin. I feel like such a dork for doing that. But that's what happened. That's why I never got your messages, because it was going to Brooke's phone number. Goodness gracious. I just had to say that. I was like, wow, I must have been tired. Hello, Dolphin. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Ruby for Justice. Hello. Good to see you. Garden Critters. Hello. Scorpio Moon. Good to see you. Sorry. Artie Man. Belinda Believes. Good to see all of you. If I missed your name, I welcome you to come in and hang out with us. I appreciate each and every one of you for being here. You guys are great. Violet, Graham Tam, Sue, hello, all of you. If I missed you, hello, hello, hello. Betty, hello. So we are going to go ahead and get into, gosh, it was so funny, Scorpio Moon. Oh my gosh. I was like, I don't know why I'm not getting the messages. Hi, I'm Al. It's good to see you. So we actually had a warm day today here in New York State, but the weather's like that, right? Like we're always freezing, and then we'll get like a few days of like, and warm, guys, is 40 degrees. Like that's like summer weather to me right now, because when it's been like really, really cold and it gets up to 40 degrees, oh my God, it feels so good. And we had like partial sunlight. So I was loving the day today, guys. Anywho, we will be going over the Jack and Lilly Sullivan case today. We're going to do an analysis. We are going to go over everything, right? From the search, we're going to go over to the parents. We're going to go through what the aunt's been saying. We're just going to go through a lot, right? I'm just going to kind of go over everything with you guys. Oh, thank you, Angel Wings. Thank you. I need to put a toner on it and do the fade from the roots. And so it's got like some orange and yellow in there. Hi, Shannon. Good to see you. So definitely got to put a toner on my hair, and I want to put some more blonde through the back. So it's a process, I'll tell you, because the color that I have for the dark is like it's like I use like an ash, but even though my hair does not like ash for some reason. What is it, like an A5 or something, A6, something like that. So it's pretty dark. It's pretty dark. But we will be going over Jack and Lilly Sullivan today. This is an article that I'd like to read to you guys. And commercials, you guys should not be getting commercials at all. I don't know what is up with YouTube. I got YouTube Premium because I'm like, I cannot deal with that. But I've had it forever. I had the YouTube Premium forever. Oh, Sarah. Oh, my goodness. That sounds perfect. I'm going to come move down with you. So we're going to go over this article here. And it goes over the search, right? On like where this one right here. This is a day after they announced it was scaling back. So this one came out, and I love the Globe and Mail. They do a great job, right? And this woman here, Allie Thompson, she does a really good job of reporting things. This one was posted on May 8th, and this wasn't too long after they went missing. And I think it's good to recap some of the stuff that has been put out. I really do. Being a blonde is hard, but it's so beautiful. Thank you, Robin. Thank you. My son pays me to have premium. Yeah, it's definitely worth it. It really is. Hi, Odessa. Good to see you. It's really definitely worth it. It's for people that are constantly on YouTube like me. I have to have it because like I even listened to it at night when my little fan thing was broken. I had to listen to a fake fan to go to sleep, or else I can't sleep. Like I have to have the fan on, like a noise, right? I have to have it on. So yeah. So imagine that. A fake fan, right? A fake fan. That's hilarious. All right, guys, let's get into this article. Hi, Mama Sue. Good to see you. So this article here, it's ground search crews depart Nova Scotia community where children went missing. And I think this one's pretty important. So we can listen to it, but I'm going to go read through this. So it goes on to say a day after RCMP announced it was scaling back the search for 2 missing children, the Forces Command Center in rural PICTOU County community has packed up and ground search crews have left the area. Lilly 6 and Jack, now 5, have been missing since May 2nd when police received a 911 call reporting that they had wandered away from their home on Gairloch Road and Landsdowne Station, roughly 25 I can never say this word, kilometers southwest of New Glasgow. Police announced Wednesday that after 6 days of scouring the heavily wooded areas surrounding the home, there was no sign of Jack and Lilly. And I want to emphasize, and it's not likely they're alive, right? And this was on the 8th of May. Staff Sergeant Curtis McKinnon told a news conference the active search was being scaled back, but the missing persons investigation would continue. So rather than having the large presence here, the mass number of searchers on the scene every day, searches will be based on information that comes in, said McKinnon. We're not packing up and we're not giving up. Our investigation is broad and it won't end until we know, look at this. And it says, until we know where Lilly and Jack are and can bring them home. It goes on to say on Thursday afternoon, all that remained at the RCMP's command center were tattered piece of yellow caution tape, a few portable washrooms, and tire tracks. In a statement Thursday, Carly McCann said the force did not have any more information to share about the case, while the RCMP have said some areas that were already searched would be revisited as a part of the scale back efforts. They would not say Thursday how many searchers or investigators remained involved in the case. A helicopter would be seen flying over the area that day. And there you have Mr. Daniel. Mr. Daniel has been quiet. Do you think that he's quiet on his own accord, or do you think maybe he's told to be quiet? What do you guys think? I think maybe a little bit of both, in my opinion. We could watch this, actually. Make sure the sound.
You said they're flying in someone to do a polygraph test. Is that on you?
That's not just on me, but on everyone. That's what I asked for. I asked for that so early on, and there's not many places that do it in Canada, so they're flying somebody in.
Why do you think you need to do that? Do you think they don't believe you?
I think their side of the family doesn't believe me, and I just want to clear it up for everyone. Clear it up for everyone, not just the people online making crazy accusations and everything else.
Clear it up. Why does he need to clear it up? Like, who cares, right? Your 2 children are missing, and who cares? What do you need to clear up? I just don't understand that. Yeah, I think so too, Shannon. Hi, Happy Trail. Hi, hello, guys. Good to see all of you. Thank you for coming in. I don't know. I don't know. I've never been in that position, right? So I can't tell you how I would act. I know I would be speaking out. And I think a lot of us would be doing the same, right? We would be speaking out and being a voice for our children, right? And children, I mean, they go missing. But a lot of children, when they go missing, there's other stuff in play, right? And I know I say this all the time, like a broken record. There's always like CPS. There's always some type of rug mainly the math rug. There's always some other stuff going on in the background as the case goes on, right? That we later to find out. And it's really sad. It really is. Yes, CPS rugs. Hi, Captain Justice. And, lately it seems like a lot of this has been happening in rural areas, right? Areas that don't have like a lot of like cell phone towers. They don't have like your neighbors aren't next door to you. There's not a lot of surveillance going on, even though there are people that have ring cameras and whatnot, but there's just not a lot, right? You're in the woods, you're secluded from things. And yes, you might know your neighbors, especially if your neighbors are a lot of family members, like for in this case right here. But it's secluded, right? You're not, I don't know, people aren't watching your every move. I mean, they might be now, but they weren't before, probably. Hi, Cardpedum. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Thank you for becoming a new member of Daphne's Case Files. We appreciate you being here, and we welcome you to our family. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I wonder if Daniel researched how to pass a polygraph. I am not too sure. Under like the incognito mode on Google or something. I've never taken a polygraph. I've never had the need to take one, really. So I've heard it's not really hard, right? Like it's not a pass, you pass or fail. It's just, they go by your heart rate, right? And like if they do your baseline first, your blink rate, your baseline, they get to know you to see how you are, right? Well, in this case, it seems like, and they fill you out as a person. And then with the polygraph, if you take long pauses to answer something, or your heart rate goes up, sweating, or, anything like that, that's what it registers, right? Polys are pointless. It only gives them an idea where to poke. I agree, I absolutely agree. Yeah, a narcissist. Yeah. And past one. Yeah. Daphne, they also have to ask right questions. Absolutely. They absolutely do. They do have to ask the right questions. It's so good to see all of you. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Hi, Miss Joyous. I hope you're doing okay. Thanks for being here. Yeah, let's see. They're available. No, they're not admissible in court here in the United States either. Do you know what definitely is admissible in court? Like, excuse me, the polygraphs are not admissible in court, right? But say you have a dog, right? Like a search dog or a human remains dog that finds evidence, that is actually used in court, which is interesting. Hi, Scotia Leo, excuse me. Hi, good to see you. Pam, hello. Good to see all of you. Thank you for being here. So I want to go through the rest of this here, and we are going to go over some, oops, wrong one. I'm going to go some other stuff, excuse me. It goes on to say, McKinnon said investigators have not ruled out that the case is suspicious, and I still feel like they believe it is suspicious. I mean, who doesn't, right? Who doesn't believe the case is suspicious? And noted that Major Crimes Unit has been involved in the investigation since May 3rd. So that was the following day after Jack and Lilly went missing. Major Crimes has been involved. He said all the missing persons files are treated as suspicious, which is good, until our investigation leads us to determine otherwise. So do you think now, in January of 2026, do you think they still feel like it's suspicious? Hi, Salty, good to see you. You need a late slip? I'm going to have to go get some of that poutine one day. I've never had it. Do you think they still feel like it's suspicious, you guys? Ruby, good to see you. Mm-hmm. You do, Joyce? Yeah, I do too. No, I agree. I'm a dino dancer. Yes. In my opinion, yes. Laws need to change, especially when they have like a background, right? And I'm talking about like a background with the CPS, with the rug use, and like they have like my checklist that I have, right? I have like my own checklist. I'm sure they have some type of checklist like that, but they should automatically treat it as a criminal case and work backwards from there until it's not, in my opinion. Let's see. This one is from May 7th. If you guys want to watch this one, let's see. Make sure that we can hear it.
6 days after 6-year-old Lilly Sullivan and 4-year-old Jack Sullivan disappeared from their home in rural northeastern Nova Scotia, the RCMP announced today their search for the two siblings is being scaled back, saying there's little chance they are alive. The CBC's Blair Rhodes joins us now live from the search area in PICTOU County with the latest. Blair.
Tom, the mood here was solemn as the searchers were told that despite their best efforts, they were scaling back the search. Before the news conference, RCMP told Jack and Lily's family, their stepfather, Daniel Martel, said he's not giving up.
I'm still holding out hope. I don't know why they didn't find anything from Jack's pull-up to her backpack or any of her belongings at all. They just haven't found anything.
Now, while the family may have some hope, the police say that after 6 days of often extreme conditions, the children were still in the woods, they wouldn't be alive. So now they said it came down to a question of survivability.
And a number of factors would have to take consideration, and they would, based upon scientific information that they have, to deem when that time has to come, and that is now. And a lot of those factors come into play would be the age of the missing persons, the weather, how long it's been, what area has been covered. So at that point, they have to make a decision on that.
Now, from the very beginning, they described this disappearance as suspicious. That's standard in missing persons cases like this. Today, we were asking the police, because the Major Crime Unit has been part of this investigation since the weekend, as to whether they could elaborate on that. But they didn't want to answer questions about whether they had detected any criminal activity in connection with this.
When somebody goes missing and we become engaged as any police officer, not just major crime, we will look at all the details and make considerations on the information we have, right? When it comes to a missing person, we have to automatically consider those, are there people that have different charter implications and things like that? So we will automatically start to consider what evidence is pointing us towards a suspicious in nature. Again, I can't comment more than that, but every missing person case, we would approach it from the same process, a methodical collection and review of information with decisions based on that.
Now, when police say they're scaling back, what they mean by that is they will be going back over some of the areas they've already searched, taking another look to see if there's anything they missed. Tom?
All right, Blair, thanks for that. That is CBC's Blair Rhodes reporting live for us from...
Okay, let's see. So this was not long after Jack and Lilly disappeared, right? And I think till today, they are still like, well, they said they're not doing any more searches, but they are revisiting still like the evidence, right? All the video and all that still to this day, right? It's been sus to been that Daniel has never made a sign. I wonder what evidence raised suspicions. Yeah. Hi guys, welcome in. Good to see all of you. So the article goes on to say, Daniel Martel, the stepfather of the children, has said that he believes Lilly and Jack slipped out their sliding back door while he and the children's mother were in the bedroom with their 1-year-old daughter. In the days after the disappearance, Daniel has remained at the home, receiving daily updates from the search and rescue officials and speaking to the reporters who descended upon the county roughly 43,000 people. He has repeatedly said he believes the children were abducted, but the RCMP have said there is no evidence of that. And that is one thing that has not changed. That is one thing that has not changed too, right? Is they are still saying there is no evidence that Jack and Lilly were abducted or were given to somebody. And I know that some people think that, and I just want to go over this real quick. I know there are some people that believe that Malaya gave the children to someone, right? I guess, some person had spoke to another person and said they were given to somebody. Like first it was like on one of the reserves, or it was the native people and stuff like that, which I do not believe in that at all. I don't. I don't understand what the point would be of that. And that, I think they put a reward out too, to see if anybody would bite on that. And I know that they put the reward out as well to see if anybody would come forward if they heard anything about any kind of like, how do I put this? If they know that one of the parents or something hurt the children, like where are the children in the woods, right? Yeah, I agree. It's BS. However, no case I've ever followed were they safe with someone. Yes, I've never, ever heard that. Ever. And I don't know why. I've never heard that. And I wish, I think we all kind of hold on to that hope, right? We did, or we still kind of do. But I just, like, where's this person at, right? Yeah, absolutely no point. They would be spotted sooner or later. Yeah, like, where are they? Are they living in some type of basement or something, right? Are they living in some type of basement where they never see outside? Guys, like, if someone picked them up, right, and they'd have to drive far away from the area, even though there's not a lot of surveillance in that area surrounding their home. There is, in fact, surveillance on like other roads, right? Like say they left the town, right? The province, or they left the area, they went to a different area. There would be surveillance like on traffic cams or satellite cams or something to spot them, right, guys? Yeah, like it just, and also if a certain person or persons took them, right? Don't you think, okay, if it's a normal person, like a normal everyday person that's never committed a crime, do you think they're actually going to do that? Because that means they're committing a crime by not telling the police where the two children are. So they couldn't be with an actual person that's right in the head. Okay? Someone that's thinking right. They're not going to be with somebody like that because they're going to come forward. No, what is Malaya paying these people to hold her kids, right? And even if the children were sold to somebody, they would still be caught being transferred to another person. There are cameras everywhere nowadays. Maybe not in the Landsdowne area where they lived. It's very secluded, right? I mean, you have neighbors with ring cameras, game cameras, and stuff like that. But I've never seen a game camera that's like crystal freaking clear, right? But they have to leave the area somehow. Just think about it. Like they have to leave the area and get on a highway. or get on another road that connects to a highway. They have to stop at a store at some point to get gas, right, for their vehicle. I know they weren't taken in a horse and freaking buggy, and if they were, they would have been seen in that, right? So think about it. If Jack and Lilly were taken, right, Malaya gave the children to somebody, they would have been seen on some type of intersection somewhere or another. They would have been seen at a gas station unless they were put in a trunk or something like that. So no, I do not believe that Jack and Lilly are alive. And I hate to say that because it breaks my heart. But there's no way possible if you actually logically think about it. There's just not. There's just not. Yes, but there's still facial recognitions and stuff on these cameras, you guys. I was able to, in this case, I've been following the dentist in Ohio, you guys. This guy's jacket, right? It's hard to make out. I was able, just me, and I'm no like person that knows how to do video and stuff. I know how to do like just a little bit of editing and stuff. I was able to have my software recognize like a zipper or an emblem or something on this guy's jacket, right? Because there's software now that can recognize the facial patterns, can recognize emblems, can recognize anything. Like your iPhone, you have a picture, you can hit like a little button on your iPhone and it'll tell you what it is, and it'll bring up a bunch of like, this is what this is. This is what you guys have. I have this app. It's a plant app. You take a picture of a certain plant, right? Or a weed or whatever. And it highlights the grooves and the veins and the leaves and stuff like that. And it tells you what kind of plant it is. And it tells you if it has any medicinal properties or what it's used for, where it grows, and stuff like that. So we have apps like that. We have software like that. AI has become so intelligent that, I mean, it takes off of everything. It reads the whole internet, you guys. It's amazing what it can do. And not all of it's good. But do you honestly think that someone got away with them, you guys? Yeah, that plant app is really cool. It's really cool, Robin. Shy, thank you for your super sticker. I appreciate you being here. Thank you. I'm sorry. This is such a sad case, right? It really is. It just hurts my heart. Thank you so much for the super sticker. Thank you. It's just really sad. So I try to like think about everything with like an open mind, right? And I step back and I look at the whole thing. And I just cannot see anywhere, even if they colored their hair, even if they're wearing hoods and stuff like that, they're you know what I mean? They gotta breathe. What are they gonna walk around with a hose out of their mouth with the hood pulled over? I mean, I just can't see. I can't see it, guys. I'm sorry. Yeah, they disguise people every day, but they eventually get caught. If they were spotted, they have to get on a highway somewhere, right? Say they were sold and they were sold to other people, given to other people. Jeez, I know Canada's got a ton of surveillance, guys. Question. Hold on one second. I have a question. The day that Jack and Lilly went missing, what time was Malaya talking to her mother before they went missing? When was the last time? So that was at 8:28, I believe. We can go over that in just a minute if you want. I actually have something showing that. in my opinion, I still think they need to check for cars and totes, backpacks, and waters. In my opinion, I think they've got a lot more than what we think they do. They'd have to go to the doctor or dentist eventually. Yeah, exactly. They'd have to definitely. It's just, and like I said, somebody that picked them up, they're gonna have to go to the gas station or to get gas to get to where they're going, right? Even if they're in the back of the car, like, were they tied down, hidden? I don't know, guys. That's just a map of the area. It goes on to say Daniel said he spoke with investigators from the major crime unit at the Stellarton RCMP detachment earlier this week, breaking down exactly what happened on the morning of the disappearance, minute by minute. He said statements have also been taken from members of his family who have been at the home over the past week to support him. I'm physically exhausted, mentally and emotionally at this point, said Daniel in her interview outside his home. Let's watch this video. This is May 9th. Oops.
Members of Cape Breton Search and Rescue are back home after days of searching for 2 children missing on the mainland. The search for 6-year-old Lilly Sullivan and her 4-year-old brother Jack was unsuccessful.
I think a lot of people went home last night with really heavy heart and maybe a feeling of defeat because that's all we want is successful search one way or the other.
22 volunteers from Cape Breton joined many others on the ground and in the air. Many have been involved in searches before, but when it involves children, Amanda Donovan says it hits different.
Oh, there's no worse situation. A lot of us are parents. A lot of us, just as humans, can't fathom that situation. And it really, the urgency and the response, I think, speaks to how affected everybody was by that.
Nova Scotia RCMP announced Wednesday it was scaling back the search for the 2 missing children after 6 days of scouring the heavily wooded areas surrounding their home in Landsdowne Station.
They are very thick. There's a lot of the hurricane damage from Fiona a couple of years ago, and we've had teams struggling to get through areas.
Amy Hansen is with Colchester Ground Search and Rescue. She says searchers have covered a lot of ground the last few days and feels the area has been thoroughly searched.
We are exhausting people, and we're starting to see more injuries coming back the last couple of days, and it's hard terrain.
Back in Sydney, Amanda Donovan can't help but think about the many volunteers that came together from many areas of the province with the same goal in mind.
I think that having such a big operation and seeing everybody work so cohesively together really speaks to the professional nature. Even though majority of us are volunteers, we are trained volunteers, and that's what we do best. So it was really nice to see all of that come together.
Kyle Moore, CBC News, Sydney.
Oops, where did I go? Okay, let me just click that so it doesn't go on to another page here. Sorry, I got to turn off my little... Hi, Missy, good to see you. I got to turn off my little camera when I'm reading this because my computer is going to explode, I think. I need to clean it out again. Okay, it goes on to say that Daniel said he willingly handed his phone over to the police, right? He said investigators have also searched the home and everything I own. They've searched every rock, every root. Does everybody say that? They searched every rock, every root. Do you guys say that? I don't know. That's just weird. Everything, said Daniel. I've been giving them every detail, everything from my bank account statements to all the information that came off my Google Maps. Martel said he also asked the police to give him a polygraph. So we do know now, right? Okay, so he was so adamant, talking about Daniel was so adamant, right, that he wanted a polygraph in the beginning. He was so adamant about that. And then now, with the last interview that he did, it seems like he was asking for new polygraphers to bring in again. Every root. Yeah, searched under every rock. Is that normal? Okay, I don't know. Like, I've never said that. I have never said that before. It's certainly still possible they have been trafficked. At this point, it would be hard to debunk and even harder to find them if that were the case. I think it would be harder to find them in those woods than if they were being trafficked, because the people, I mean, to be trafficked, yes, I mean, yes, people are trafficked all the time. It's a big thing, right? They're still on the highway and they still have to get gas. They got to get on. There's so many cameras all over. And yes, their hair color can change. Yes, their clothes can change. I mean, do you think they have to drug them or something? Because think about it, like Jack seemed like a little feisty boy, right? He was like a little feisty child, and there's nothing wrong with that. So also Lilly, remember hearing them say that she had lungs on her. Lungs. Don't you think like they would be screaming and hollering to get away? So it's just so hard for me, like just in that area, like even Janie said, that whole area is their family for the most part, right? And who would have known? Who would have known that they were home that day from school? Like, who were the people that knew they were home from school that day? Daniel said that he didn't even know that they were going to be let out of school. And who would have seen them? Who would have seen them playing in the backyard? Because you've got like the trailer in the front, right? And then you got the enclosed area. And Janie said that if someone had come up on the property, her dog would have barked and woke her up. You know, I think if there's been so much added fluff in this with like inconsistent, like, I'm sorry, but I've like picked out actual different stories from them, right? I've shown them on here. I'm not going to show them again, like different stories. We've all seen it. And there's only one story, right? This is what happened. Yes, you might remember, oh shit, like I forgot. I went to the store that morning and grabbed a drink or something like that. I forgot to add that in, right? You might add stuff in or be like, oh shoot, that was the other day. But not 3 different stories. We've got 3 different stories. I believe that Sebastian was trafficked before. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Hi, Tom Lou. Good to see you. I mean, I'm not saying you shouldn't think like that. We all got our opinions, right? We've all got our opinions. And I'm just telling you how I believe. Outside of 3 of them, just the bus driver, which is why Malaya had to call in her absence so early. Didn't they say, so wouldn't the bus wouldn't pick them up? But I think that's, yeah. See, the bus came through on 7 something, right? The bus driver came through around 7 or 7:30, I think, used to pick them up. And remember, they were heard inside the home around 8. Around 8. Yeah. Yeah, and that's another red flag too, is when they say they did, you know what I mean? Stuff like they're no longer around anymore. Jack loved, they were like best friends. It's just, it goes on to say, this is Daniel, I just want to clear it up for everyone, not just the people online making crazy accusations and everything else, he said. I asked for that earlier on. This is with the polygraphs, right? So why does he want polygraphers now? Why does Daniel, can someone put it in the chat? Why would Daniel ask for new polygraphers to come in and do more polygraphs? Hi, darling. Good to see you. Thank you. Yeah, I think they said it was 7:30, the bus. In my opinion, children already online before reported missing. Yeah, something like that. from Nova Scotia, and I can tell you it would be a. Sorry, let me put my glasses on, guys. That's what I'm like reading all crazy because I can't see. 1 second. All right. This will make it a little bit better for now. I am from Nova Scotia, and I can tell you it would be a very first that two children were trafficked. Oh, yeah, 2 children. Yeah. I looked in that area, just PICTOU County, right? There's never been, somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. 2 children go missing that haven't been found, right? It said there has never been. Now you have Dylan Eller, but he's not in PICTOU County. The bus driver had to return home. Thank you. Thank you. Maybe longer than Thursday because he didn't want to get the results he wanted. Well, that's the thing too. Why would somebody want to retake a test if they passed with 100% flying colors, right? Because he's not confident about the last one anymore. And I honestly think that too. Because why? That's the thing. Okay, I'm going to go take my SATs. And I got the results. I passed with flying colors. Why are you going to sit there and ask your teacher again to retake the test with a different teacher? Yeah, exactly. DM gets off thinking he has everyone fooled. Yeah. Hi, Anastasia. Good to see you. Janie said they didn't like to wear their boots. So why did they take? Yeah, Jack liked to take his boots off. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that's the strange thing I find out too, because it says that we were told that there was items, right? I can't believe they didn't find the backpack. I can't believe they didn't find their pull-up or the boots or what was the other thing? Oh, and then this blanket just appears, which is Lily's blanket, right? So there's 4 items that were prominent, right? That they spoke about. The blanket, the boots, the backpack, and the pull-up. 4 items. And what gets me is the neighbor, he said that he heard the vehicle make 4 stops. 4 stops. There's no coincidences. There's not. I mean, might be some crazy things that are like, all right, but this, I don't know. Is there actual proof Jack and Lilly did go home Thursday? So what we've been told is the last proof of life was at the Dollarama on the surveillance footage there. Now, in the documents, it just says that with Cindy calling, right, she would have seen the kids, basically, because they did a video call. So she would have seen the kids. I guess they can see, I guess, that there was a call made, a video call made with Malaya at 3:37 on Thursday, right? And they worded it like that. They're like, well, there was a video call from Malaya to Cindy at 3:37, and she would have seen the kids with the video call. It never said, like, we asked Cindy if she witnessed the kids on the video call, and she said yes. It didn't say anything like that. It just said she would have seen the kids. If the kids were handed over on Thursday, let me pull your message up here. Lori says if the kids were handed over on Thursday, Malaya calls the school the next day, then calls the police that a lot of hours passed. The kids could be very well, and that's the thing. That's the thing. So, but they could still go back and get video footage, right? And I know they did. They even got the COVID pass video footage there. And yeah, like, because we heard on dispatch that 8 o'clock, right? The kids haven't been seen since 8 o'clock. It says that the kids haven't been seen since 8 o'clock that morning. Yet 911 wasn't called until 10:01 a.m. And just like in this other case with Jonathan Boley, right? There was a 2-hour delay. And we're finding some stuff out about Dad. American Justice, and I had seen some stuff out about Dad that came out from his daughter That is very disturbing. I'm waiting patiently to hear about the toxicology report or just to find out what the medical examiner says. Maybe he's trying to sound more credible. I don't know. But would you, like, if you're innocent, and I'm not saying he's not, if you're innocent, would you keep pushing and pushing and pushing to take another? Who the fuck wants to take a polygraph? Who wants to take a freaking polygraph test? Like, who? I don't understand. Like, I wouldn't want to. I mean, well, I care less because, like, I mean, I don't, whatever, but like, who wants to go down there and be strapped up for, what did he say, 4 hours in a chair and have shit stuck all over you? Not me. To add probability doubt to any existing results, his mom's was inconclusive. In my opinion, if the kids got out down the driveway, anyone could come down something. Yeah, well, and that's the thing. What about Janie saying, well, now she says she didn't, but you have her son said it, right? Her son said it. And then you have Malaya's third cousin said that she said it, and Belinda. So you have 3 people from 3 different families, right? You have Janie's son. You have Darren, who is Malaya's third cousin, right? And you have Belinda. 3 people are saying that Janie said she heard a woman shh the kids that morning, right? And I think it was Malaya shushing at first, but now she says no, she didn't hear it. So I just think that's really, really odd that she said that she did not say it, and so she's taking it back, but yet 3 different people are saying that she did say it, even her son. So even if Janie gave the kids to somebody, in my opinion, they would be caught on, you know what I mean? Yeah, and there's some really creepy people in that neighborhood too. I'll tell you what, Lynn. All right, hold on one second. Sorry guys, I'm up in chat because he is harassed and nobody is sure what really happened. Well, I mean, could stay off the internet like he's doing. And yes, Vicky, usually, yes, same here. And I think with the RCMP as well. I'm still very suspect of Mom too. Mom not saying a word, but then she doesn't owe us anything, right? She came out with a letter, and I don't know if she wrote it or not. And she did one interview. But, okay, hold on. Hi, the only Lolo. Good to see you, honey. All right, I'm going down, you guys. Give me 1 second. If you guys want to write a question, just put like a red X or something. Hi, Roxanne. Good to see you. Good to see everybody coming in. If you want to ask a question, just put like a red X or something next to it so I can see it. Because even with my glasses, I'm still blind. 2006 case, Florida, missing 7-year-old girl. Father took the polygraph, failed, and they found the real killer. Wow. Ooh, what was that? In my opinion, something happened Thursday night. Yeah, I think so too. J9, do they have cameras out there? Hi, Mariska. All right, let me finish this. Hi, guys. Of course. Yeah, I hope so too. I hope justice is served for what happened. Okay. He goes on to say, I'm just going to read this paragraph over. I just want to clear it up for everyone, not just for the people online making crazy accusations and everything else, he said. I asked for that early on, and there's not many places that do that in Canada, so they're flying someone in. So that's the thing. Why ask for another one if it's that hard to fly? You know what I mean? Polygraphs are sometimes used in police investigations, but the results are not admissible in Canadian courts. Same here in the United States, because they are unreliable. Because they are unreliable. RCMP declined to say whether a polygraph would be administered. To ensure the integrity of the investigation, no further details will be released at this time. And that's right after they went missing. The children's mother, Malaya, left the area with their 1-year-old to be with her family in another part of the province. The children's grandmother, Cindy, spoke to the Canadian press earlier this week in a brief phone interview, adding that police had advised the family against speaking with the public. We're just hoping and praying for the best. That's it, for our babies to come home. Meanwhile, a makeshift memorial was taking shape at the nearby Stellarton RCMP detachment. A large white teddy bear and bouquet of flowers could be seen resting on a post outside the building Thursday. So that's Allie Thompson. She's the one that did a interview with Janie. I'm a dino dancer. You know, it reminds me of everybody was kung fu fighting. For some reason, when I hear that name, I'm a dino dancer, it makes me think of that song. I don't know why. A dead goat in that woods would be normal. Well, I heard that they have goats though, right? Well, maybe a coyote or something got the goat. I'm not too sure. They did find a dead coyote, so maybe the coyote fought with the goat. And goats are mean. Like, they can be nasty. Excuse me. Or rams. Rams can be nasty. All right. There was something I wanted to go over with you guys here. 1 second. Okay. So someone had asked, and I apologize if I don't remember who it was because I answered a bunch of questions. So someone had asked, and I wanted to show you this. Hi, Damien. Good to see you. Hi, all. I am here, but not here. You sound like me, Damien. I am here, but not here all the time. I love that. This is from Malaya's best friend. It says, in the police report, Cindy said Malaya called her at 8:30 a.m., right? 8:28 to be exact. And she missed the call. Her best friend says, yeah, I asked her about it and showed her the document. She says she doesn't remember, and I tried to look for a history on her own phone. And tried to look for a history of it, I guess, on her own phone, and apparently she couldn't find it. Okay. Cindy's phone had the call log, but Malaya's should have too. You guys find that to be strange? Yeah, same here, Shan. Do you guys find that strange? I do. I do find that strange. What do you guys think? Like, why would Cindy's phone have a missed call? Brokeback Mountain. Yeah. Yeah, it is super odd, right? I think it's very odd too. Mm-hmm. Hey guys, will you hit that thumbs up for me, please? Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, I just find it very strange. All right, let's see. I have another piece of that real quick. Okay, so this is the document that they're talking about. On May 2nd, there was a missed call from Malaya at 8:28. There was also a missed audio call at 10:40 a.m. and a message from Malaya saying the kids are missing and the police were there. All right. Missed audio call. A missed audio call. Like a phone call? Yeah. Oh, I'm sure they have all their... Even... So I know everybody's like, oh my God, Malaya deleted that Text One app. Guys, I know they can retrieve that. They could definitely retrieve that, right? And if there was something on there that was incriminating or something, you know what I mean? They would have that. They would absolutely have that. And I wanted to show that because we're talking about Jack and Lilly. Has the phone number here. I'm just going to pull this up. 902-896-5060 with major crimes, or submit an anonymous tip. Nova Scotia Crime Stoppers at 1-800-222-TIPS. Otherwise, 8477. Some stuff I want to go through. Now, we were talking about the shushing sound, right? The shushing sound. Yeah. Oh, yeah, of course. So Malaya could call her mom at 8:30, but not check on the kids. Thought she was sleeping. I know some people think it might have been a butt dial or something. I don't know. This is just my speculation about that 8:28 call, right? Since dispatch said the kids have been missing since 8 o'clock, in my opinion, she was calling her mom to tell her kids are missing, right? Yeah, there's all these weird calls. And she was calling her mom to tell her the kids are missing, and someone stopped her. Or she rethought it and be like, oh, I think probably because Daniel's like, oh, I'll go search or something, in my opinion. Or something else was going, you know what I mean? Like they weren't ready to call 911 yet. I'm just going to say that. They weren't ready to call 911 yet. That's just my thoughts. I find it weird that there was a 624 missed call from Ron on Janie's phone. Then 8:48, she called Ron and told him she's not going to town. And then if you look at it, Malaya called her mom at 8:28. That was exactly 20 minutes before Janie called Ron. 20 minutes before Janie called Ron. From what we understand, both Malaya and Janie were up at this time. Malaya up at 6:15 and Janie up at 6, right? She just said she was up at 6. How come earlier calls not talked about? I don't believe that he answered. I think it was a missed call, Robin. Hold on one second. Excuse me. Audio calls on. That's what I thought, Roxanne. The audio call was on Facebook Messenger. So then where did they hide the kids? I don't know. I have no idea. Only they know. I don't know, you guys. Is that you were talking? Okay, XX. Okay. Thank you, Angel Wings, for putting that there. I can see the questions a lot better when you guys do that. No reason for Malaya to delete it. Daniel promise caught her and grabbed her phone and deleted it. Yeah, no, she shouldn't have deleted it. She definitely, or whoever deleted it shouldn't have deleted it. I think they gave a date when she deleted it, didn't they? Or maybe not. She said she didn't need it anymore. The phones should have been grabbed the very first day. In my opinion, all 3 adults on the property should have handed their phones over right away. It shouldn't have been later. It should have been right away. Oh, Kelly, you gotta feed the wood stuff. It's hungry. It's hungry for wood. Yeah, so all 3 parents' phones should have been given right away, and they should have been given track phones or loaner phones, whatever you want to call them, right? All right, let me go. I want to read some of these. It does not say what time M's phone was dead. Does it say what time Malaya's phone was dead? I've never heard that Mimona's site. Her phone was dead. I was shocked it took a week to get the phones. Yeah, same, Esley. I was shocked as well. Absolutely. And when Malaya made the call to the police, Daniel panicked and left in her call to control the second thought. Yeah. Yeah, I believe so too. All right. let me finish reading. Okay, this is about the shushing. I absolutely have another text from Daniel himself saying the same thing. I showed it the other day. If you guys want to see it, I can bring it up again. This one, it says Belinda, right? After Janie said she never heard the shushing sound and said she never told him that. I know she did because she told me the same. And Darren, also his mother, or Daniel, excuse me, also heard a shushing sound. Yeah. So that is from Belinda. This, actually, I'm not ready to show this yet. That is from Belinda. So, like I said, you have 3 people that Janie said that she heard a shushing sound. Someone telling the kids to be quiet. Why would you retract that statement? Why would you retract it? Why would you retract your statements? She said she used Daniel Martell's phone. Okay, so yes. Kelly, I did hear that in the early days, right? I don't know where I heard it, but I did hear it. But I cannot confirm it. And Daniel says, no, she never used his phone. So I don't know. I thought it was said somewhere, but I can't find that anymore. So I have to unfortunately, I cannot back that up. That her phone was dead, so she was using his. Unfortunately. Hi, Al. Good to see you. I'm not here eating supper. Oh, yum. Someone was saying, yeah. So I can't confirm that. I'm sorry. But I did hear it. You could try and change Lily's hair and clothes, but nothing. Yeah, I know. Her eyes are gorgeous, right, Detective Tam? Absolutely. All right. This is something Darren said, right? You might have seen this on Shan's channel earlier. He says, just need to say the man who is mainly responsible for the disappearance of Jack and Lilly is the same man whose IP address has been exposed as the source of almost all the fake news, false accusations, and statements made on Facebook and YouTube, along with most of the fake profiles, commenting and supporting his post. And he's talking about Daniel. The game of tag you've been playing is over and you're it. What does that mean, guys? What does that mean? Oh my God, that sounds good, Sarah. I am starving right now. Like, I don't know why I don't eat earlier on. Like, every time I get on a live, I just want to eat. I want some fried chicken. I want some, like, Churches or Bojangles. Oh my God, that sounds so freaking good. I still say the kids are missing from the home. Move family out, steal it, take their clothes, electronics, send it to forensics, and kids turn up great if, have a chance of working out. But what does that mean? Is he saying Daniel has a bunch of fake accounts? Or, no, it does sound like he's accusing Daniel. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it's to Daniel. Oh, your ducky is so cute too, Robin. I love your little duck. Well, every time I think of what Darren said about sketchy people coming to visit him. And then I remember the part where he says something in the fact that if Daniel unalived the kids or something like that, or Daniel hid the kids, then I knew they would be dead or something like that. If Daniel didn't hide the kids, he knew that Malaya wouldn't hurt them or something to that matter. Yeah, how would he know the IP addresses? I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe he's, I don't know. Yeah, no, I just wanted to read that because I just wanted to read that to you guys. Okay. These are some messages from Daniel right in the beginning. It says he's there for Malaya and the kids, and I'm holding that promise. I'm not being negative towards Malaya. I love her, but I never lie. Because that's just not me. I say the truth even if it hurts. I'm sorry to say that, but I live in reality, right? Reality is what it is. I never lie. I never lie. Ooh. Have you guys never lied? Everybody lies. I don't know. I don't know, guys, who helped who with computer stuff. I'm not sure, guys. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, you can get IP addresses from certain things, but I don't know if you can get them from Facebook. That makes sense. Who is seeing? Yeah. Just like Don Wells, yeah. Who says that? Yeah, anyone that always has to say they never lie is a liar. Yeah, I know. I'm like, who the fuck is that? That's crazy. That's what I thought. Yeah, I think Roxanne Cool is a cucumber. I love that name. There are ways to get backtrack and get IP addresses. Absolutely. Not very hard. Not hard at all. What's more strange is that nothing has been found in the woods. It's bizarre. This statement speaks freaking so loud to me that it screams in my face. That statement right there screams in my face. What is more strange is that nothing has been found in the woods. It's bizarre. What's bizarre? What's bizarre? You said that you believe the children are abducted, and then you said Malaya's family grabbed them. So why is it so bizarre that nothing's been found in the woods? Just curious. Curious. Why is it bizarre that nothing's been found in the woods? You said they were abducted. My theory's always been something happened at Jordan's house. That's why they were here so much from his father. Yeah, could very well be. I want some cheese with toast. Oh my God, you guys are always talking about food and it makes me stinking hungry. Yeah, that speaks 1,000 words to me. What's more strange is that nothing has been found in the woods. It's bizarre. Dogs went to the road and lost a scent. What the hell? All right, give me a minute. More than meets the eye. No kids were marked absent at 6:17 and 6:18. So basically saying the kids were marked absent at 6:17. I have emails from the school to prove that. And that's another question I have, you guys, right? No, I know it's not. I know it's not Salty. But it speaks like, because basically he kept saying they were in the woods, and then he changed to they were abducted. But he kept saying, I can't believe that they didn't find their diaper or his pull-up. I can't believe they didn't find their boots or the backpack. That's why it speaks, you know what I mean? I don't know why she was raking the driveway, you guys. And I do not believe the children are buried in the driveway. Like, I don't. But there might have been something there that she was trying to cover up. Allegedly, right? Oh, no, it's okay, Salty. Yeah, no, it's okay. Oh, your duck knows I'm talking. Her duck is so cute. She's got this little duck that comes up by her pool. It's so adorable. Yeah. So How would Daniel have emails if Malaya did it on an app on her phone and she says Daniel doesn't have access to that? It's done by an app. I just think that's weird. Does he forward the emails over to his phone? He's talking about Malaya here, right? For her, talking about the media to leave, and says Malaya is not doing media. They have a lawyer. That's the chief's brother from the reserve she belongs to. Lilly and Jack were granted as soon as the disappearance happened, but were denied multiple times in the past. Meadow was not granted status. So we found out that the children were not granted status, correct? Because we heard that on the Globe too come out and said that. It says their mother has status. Look at the parents and yeah, it's, oh my gosh, shut up, Al. All right, I want to go over some more stuff here. Give me just a second. Oh, did I miss somebody's question? Hold on one second. Oh, no. Okay. Let's go over some stuff real quick. All right. Give me 1 second. All right. I don't know if I want to show this real quick. Hold on. Do I want to show this? I don't know if I want to show that. All right. I kind of want to go over what the neighbor said. Right. I chat with someone also mentioned the sus bumps on the roof of Janie's RV. I wonder if something was temporarily in there. I think the dogs, well, I know for a fact the human remains dogs would have definitely smelt something. The air scent dogs, I don't know exactly. So we heard that there was a bloodhound. We heard, excuse me, heard. It wasn't confirmed, right? But we heard. And I was told, was it Belinda? Was it Belinda told me that one of the dogs, I'm pretty sure, was it given the scent of the blanket? Was given the blanket to get a scent for the kids, but it couldn't pick up a scent or something like that. I asked a while ago, not sure. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I missed your question, hon. I asked a while ago, not sure if you've seen it or answered when I left the room. Do you know if a bathtub had water in it when it was? Heard it, but not sure. Honey, yeah, I have no idea. And yeah, I have no idea, hon. I don't think nobody would know unless it's a family member or something. I'm sorry. That's the first time I've heard anything about a bathtub. Sorry about that. Yeah, no. So there was never any human remains dogs there until the RCMP brought them in, right? Yeah, they might not have tenuous. They might not have come home. I want to go over this. Okay, I'm going to read over the neighbor's statement once again. Neighbors told the RCMP that they heard a car near a trailer where Jack and Lilly disappeared. And it goes over to say two neighbors told the RCMP they heard a vehicle coming and going near the trailer where Jack and Lilly Sullivan lived in the early hours of the morning, shortly before they reported missing. Recently, unredacted court documents said. The missing persons case of Jack, now 5, and Lilly, 6, has been the focus of an intensive major crime investigation for the past 5 months. In that time, police cadaver dogs have scoured the children's rural Nova Scotian home and nearby areas for human remains, and extensive searches have been conducted using helicopters, drones, and hundreds of volunteers. The children's mother, Malaya, told police her kids wandered away from the home in the backwoods hamlet of Landsdowne. Malaya and Daniel, her common-law boyfriend at the time, have said they awoke that morning to a quiet home and assumed the siblings had put their boots on and opened the sliding back door and left the fenced-in backyard. The documents which were filed in the court by investigators in support of the records request detailed the two accounts from the neighbors about explained vehicle traffic near the children's trailer. Both Daniel and Malaya have said they didn't leave the home that night. A previous, more heavily redacted version of the court documents was released in August, but the RCMP later agreed to lift some of those redactions at the request of the Globe and Mail. Brad, who said he could see vehicle lights over the treetops from his elevated home, told police on May 9th that a loud vehicle came and went from the area of the trailer 3 or 4 times after midnight and into the early morning, like the early hours of the morning. So 3 or 4 times. I've showed you guys on the map exactly where the vehicle went, right? And then we have 4 items that were always spoken about: the boots, blanket, backpack, and pull-up. I just find that just strange as day, right? Yeah, I just think that's weird. But Jeannie says she always had to call him because yeah, exactly. So you have that why, right? That coincidence too. So if they were outside, Janie usually calls Malaya when they're outside. Why didn't she call her that morning? Right? So that's one red flag. Why didn't she call her that morning? Why didn't she go to town that morning? That's another red flag, right? I can understand, like, if there was just one, right? Like she said, oh, I just didn't go to town that morning. But no, she usually calls, right? If the children are outside. And she did it. And then you have the shushing of the children, right? And then recants that. Yeah, I think something. Good night, Wendy. Thank you. I think something might have been as well, Salty. I really do. Well, because why would they say, you know what I mean? So anyways, it goes on to say he reported to police that the vehicle would drive off into the distance, right? And he could hear it stop and then return. And Brad told the police he remained in earshot the entire time. The Globe previously published a story including an account from Brad claiming he heard the car coming and going 5 or 6 times, but agreed not to identify him because he said he was concerned about speaking, right, about the case. In an interview Friday, Brad said he came forward to police and agreed to be identified by the Globe because Mr. Martel's account that he was home all evening on May 1st into May 2nd. Brad said that it's inconsistent with what he heard and saw that night. Brad lives about 300 meters across the road and up a forested hill from the children's trailer. We've already looked at the area, like we don't need to show it again. Mr. Martel did not respond to a request for comment about that. Okay, reached by phone by the Globe on Friday, Malaya, who previously told police she slept through the night, says she didn't hear any vehicles coming and going from the trailer overnight before her children disappeared. Malaya recently issued a statement to the volunteer, issued a statement to the volunteer missing persons group, Please Bring Me Home, describing how she misses Jack and Lilly and asking the public to come forward with information that might help locate them. She told the Globe that she hopes that message resonates. Another neighbor, Justin, told police that he heard a vehicle in the vicinity around 1:30 a.m. He said that he heard a car turn around by the railroad tracks near the area where the police found Lily's pink blankets and imprints from a child's boot size. So that one makes me question. If he's at the Lorda Park, right, which is up the road, there's like a little curve. He's at the park, right? He would have to be like, how would he see that? He would have to be standing out by the road or something. No, you're fine. I don't know. That one's strange. Like, I can see Brad seeing that, but wouldn't Justin, like, I remember hearing him come up to the dispatch. He's there. I could hear him, right? But he's at the Lorda Park area. If you know what I mean, if he was going to make up a story, wouldn't you just say, hey, yeah, they were up here by me at the tip top of McLeod Road and the 289, because he was staying right there. He was staying right there. But how did he hear him at the railroad tracks, right? He was waiting for a lift at 1:30. I know in the morning he was. Am I pretty early? His hand's awful red in that video with Tent. Oh, he was so mad, wasn't he? Justin told the police the car made a noise and then it went quiet for 2 minutes after that. He said it drove towards Larrig Road. Okay, so picture the car coming out and going. So Larrig Road is the first stop, I believe, where the neighbor had mapped out where they heard the car go, right? Hi, everybody. Yes, join us on Facebook. I will put the link here. There we go. Oops, where was it at? Anyways, okay. He says drove towards Larrig Road, which is the same direction as the trailer where the children's lived. After that, he said it drove towards Larrig Road, which is the same direction as the trailer. Okay. So if the vehicle was on the Landsdowne Road, or Landsdowne, where the railroad tracks are, so it had to turn around, right? And then come back up towards Larrig Road, passing the trailer. The driver would be on the left side, like passing their house. Like it would, you know what I mean? It goes on to say the court documents still contain significant redactions, including details that police say must be withheld or risk compromising their investigation, such as specific questions asked on polygraph test. Ooh. Court documents still contain significant redactions, listen, including details that police say must be withheld or risk compromising their investigation. And they talk about the polygraph, the questions asked on the polygraph test. So think about that. What could be a risk if they redacted that, right? Unredacted, excuse me. If they unredacted the polygraph questions, specific questions. So if they unredacted the specific questions asked on the polygraph test, it could compromise their investigation. What does that mean? Hi, April. Back again. Power went out and my phone died. Oh, goodness. I am so sorry. I hate when my power goes out. In my opinion, RCP know a lot more and have eyes on. Yeah, no, I agree. But think about that, though. Think about that for a minute. They cannot uncover the questions. Daniel said it was all about the unaliving of Jack and Lilly, right? He says, Daniel's words were, everybody passed. All the questions were about, did you unalive the kids? Remember that? Do you guys remember that? But we find out that how would Daniel know? How would Daniel know what everybody's questions are? I mean, his mom might tell him, right? But Wade's not going to tell him. Cindy's not going to tell him. Malaya hasn't spoken to him. So what does that even mean, right? Why would it compromise the investigation unredacting the polygraph? I want you guys to tell me that. What would compromise it? What if something gets out about the polygraph questions, right? Their answers and stuff. What would happen to the case? In my opinion, I don't think someone was as honest as they think they were. And that may be why they want another polygrapher in. I mean, yes, they said that they passed. They passed. But, you know, they could have just said, yes, they were truthful. They don't say they were truthful on their base questions or they were truthful on this question. You want to look at it like that. Yeah, there is no pass and fail too. Absolutely. It's like you're deceitful in one question, but you could have passed another, right? Yeah. Remember what Malaya, Brooks, and DM lied to the media and telling, oops, gosh, the chat moves so fast, you guys. Truth on a text to Sunny, I think. Yes, it was, yeah, he said all the compromise that people took matters into their own hands before charges are pressed would be compromising, yeah. Justin was staying at Florida Park. He could have saw the lights over the treetops and Daniel's vehicles was going down the road. Yeah, I think it's like an incline going down from Landsdowne Station up to Larag. Or unreadable due to being all over the map regulation-wise. Okay. Yes, I remember that. Maybe by accident and they were left in the car outside by accident. I just thought that was pretty, this right here, this whole paragraph. I'm just going to read it again, right? Police say must be withheld or risk compromising their investigation, such as specific questions asked on polygraph tests. Police have sought in some of the people they had interviewed. The documents detail efforts to track Mr. Martell and Miss Marie's digital footprints in the days before and after the kids went missing, such as scanning their phones, images, and GPS coordinates. That includes attempt to like with the mom, right? Like with the about calls she made and the hours after the disappearance, like with her mother, Cindy. Excuse me, that's what I was trying to say. A probe complicated by the fact that she later deleted the Text Plus app on her phone, telling police she didn't need any more. Doing so erased the data from her phone records. So they should have been able to get that information, though. Thank you so much, Wolfie, for being a member for 2 months. Yeah, you are awesome. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What kind of cool noise can we use for you? Okay, there we go. Oh, that one not work. I was going to do Thank you for being a member, Wolfie. Hi, House Music. Good to see you. Because she knew the kids were gone. Yeah. They should have grabbed them damn phones the first day. I'm sorry. They should have grabbed those phones the first freaking day. Yeah. All right. It just goes on to say the newly unredacted documents. This is right after the second unredacted. Also reveal the challenges investigators have faced around online misinformation linked to the case. They detail the RCMP's interaction with Darren Geddes, a cousin of Malaya's grandmother, Patty Pearson, who spread a theory that the children had been abducted by their own mother. Theory. Absolutely, darling. They absolutely should have. You gotta get soundboards. They have some, but not very many. My favorite ghost, Wolfie. My favorite ghost. Hello. I can see you now, though. In June, as a guest on a YouTube true crime show while using a pseudonym, Mr. Geddes speculated that Malaya had dressed the kids on the morning they disappeared and put them in a vehicle with the intention of sending them to the First Nation where she has family. I'm not even going to try to say that. Not as fun when she can see you, Wolfie. Yeah, I know, right? Damien, I don't even know. I had to reset so much shit to be able to see him. It is crazy. Yeah, I feel so too. I think everything should have been locked down big time in the beginning. Where was I? It says her brother Hayden, which is Malaya's brother, complained to the police about this when he visited the RCMP. So Hayden, right, Malaya's brother, complained to the police about Darren and his theory. With her that same month, the document showed. Darren got involved and was going over all of the internet saying things. Hayden said nothing Geddes is saying is making sense, according to the summary of his interview with the RCMP submitted to the court. I was going to say that. The theory that the children are somehow alive, a suggestion that the police have said, is without evidence. There's no evidence. Without evidence. And hiding on a First Nation reserve has been repeated by Mr. Martel and others online. Reached by the Globe on Friday, Mr. Geddes repeated his belief that the children are alive and on the reserve. I need to get a soundbite for that one. I'll find one. I'm just a girl. Don't even get those damn songs in my head, please. You guys stop. Oh my God. Don't, because those songs will be in my freaking head. A loon. I had a loon in my freaking pond. I had to chase his ass out. He was so freaking loud. I was like, you son of a bitch, get out of here. He's trying to eat my fish. All right. Staff Sergeant Rob McCammon, the acting RCMP officer in charge of major crimes and behavioral sciences, has said that the police are awaiting forensic results and are continuing to follow the evidence. Continuing to follow the evidence. Using specialty units and technology. Units and technology, guys. To determine the circumstances of Jack and Lily's disappearance, he said the children's family members are cooperating with police and there is no evidence of an abduction. The end. There's no evidence. No evidence. Nope. I might actually have that noise. Give me a second. Let me see. Maybe not. Hold on. I've got a
Ladies and gentlemen.
I got this one. I thought I had one of those. I guess I've heard one, but
7 days later.
When you guys are late. Let's see. Train. Reminds me of the cartoon. Daphne, I used to think they were on the reserve in the beginning, but not sure. Yeah, Debbie, like I did a bunch of at first I was like, oh my gosh, maybe they are, but then I'm like, nobody in their right mind, right? Like I said earlier, no normal, logical thinking person. Someone without, hi Banana Nana, I love that name. Someone without, like, that doesn't have a past. No one is just going to hide children unless they are a trafficker. But nobody's going to hide like a child for no reason. Right? Two children. Even if Malaya said hey, who was this family member? Like, who is this person that told him that? Or who are these family members that supposedly have them? Who? I just... And why? Why wouldn't they come forward now? Right? And then it went to they weren't family members or something like that. At first they were bad people. I remember it was a bad person. She gave them to bad people. Remember, because he said, if we don't get to them now, they might not be alive. Do you guys remember that? Checking what, guys? What are you guys checking? I'm freezing. Think about it. What is a pink pony club? Oh my God, Salty. Is that really? You guys stop. I'm going to sing that shit in my head all night. So think about it. First, it was, if we don't get to the kids, they might hurt the kids. So who is this person? Am I on your TV? Oh, thank you. Not you again. Oh, you didn't see my pimples and stuff. Unless they're in some kind of a danger. Yeah. Thought it was because of CPS check. Yeah. So yeah, remember that. Remember, she said CPS, right? She said that she was about Meadow. So Malaya said something to Belinda. I think it was between her and Belinda about CPS protecting Meadow from CPS. Remember that? Remember that shenanigans? Because we were looking for that message not too long ago, and I found it. Oh, I heard tornado watch in Oklahoma because Brooks said that they were under one. Yeah, you remember that, Joyous? Yep, you guys remember that? Yep. So she was protecting Meadow from CPS. And, but I just can't see a reason. And they said they have no evidence of it. Now it would have to be traffickers. Like I said, I know there's traffickers. I know there is. And it's an issue. It really is an issue going on. But in just my honest opinion, I do not believe that the children were trafficked. Number one, they would have to have some type, how would she, okay, say Malaya planned this, right? She sold the children, right? She sold the children. Where's the phone logs from that? You know what I mean? Where are the phone logs from that? And say, oh, Cindy knows, right? I'm not saying this. I'm just saying people say, oh, Cindy's part of it. Why? Like, why would Cindy let her daughter do that? And how there would be phone records. There would be a log of Malaya speaking to these magical like people, these gnomes somewhere, right? Like she has to speak to them somewhere along the line to pick the children up. Now at first I was like, oh shit, well maybe, and then I got freaking yelled at because I made a video in the beginning. I was like, well maybe she hid the kids from Daniel, but then I'm like, wait a minute, that's not even his biological children, right? Yeah, I don't think they're trafficked, guys. And I'm saying this because, guys, that's nothing to take with a grain of salt, people being trafficked, because it happens all the time. And I might actually do a live just on that, on people being trafficked. But in this case, I feel like in Malaya there would be phone logs and logs of this. I would believe that they walked off before that. And I mean, they still might have walked off. What if they were told to get the hell out of the house that morning and be quiet? You know what I mean? Because they wanted them to be quiet. They kept saying, that's what they keep saying, that the children were hyper and excited. And we were trying to keep them quiet. Daniel said he went shh like that to Lily. But yeah, Daniel was asleep. So I don't know. It doesn't matter if they delete it. They could still, yeah, burner phones, but still. You got to buy those burner phones somehow. You got to buy burner phones somehow. You got to get money somewhere. I mean, yeah, you say cash, go to the store. You got to go and, I mean, you could look at the store's records and when they're burner phones, you know, I mean, it's investigation. It takes a long time. Like you think that someone bought a burner phone. Oh, they paid cash. Then you go to the store and you look at how many times those burner phones were purchased, right? What if you bought a burner phone off of Facebook or something like that? There's still going to be a log, an internet log from contacting. Word of mouth? Yeah. But like, think about it though. Or is she going to meet somebody at the grocery store and say, hey, come take my kids? Like, I just don't see it, guys. Yeah, but they got to get cash somewhere. Pull it out of the ATM. I mean, she wasn't working and he wasn't working. And Hattie had a credit card. So they'd have to take the money off the card. Everything freaking tracks you guys. Like everything. Everything. Even I turn off the location on my guys. It's ridiculous. When you download an app on your phone, do you ever read what the app actually accesses in your phone? Do you ever read what it accesses? Even if you download an app just to take a picture or something, like a picture editing app or something. I'm just thinking up something in my head. Look at what the app has permissions to do. It can access your microphone, right? And you never know if the developer is a creep and turns the app on and spies on you. Like, it's crazy. Do you know, one of my phones was like hacked one time. The freaking phone, I'm on the phone, right? And it flash like it was taking pictures of me. It was the creepiest shit I've ever seen in my life. I think I got a video of it on my YouTube, like it was like 3 or 4 years ago. Everything, even your freaking cable boxes. And I don't have cable boxes anymore. But listen to this. One day I am talking about, I think it was around the same time my damn phone flashed. I was talking about something and the shit comes on the TV because it's always listening. It's always watching because everything is about advertisement. It seems like now, I swear to God, like you talk about, oh, I want to go buy a jar of pickles at the store. That's all you're going to see on your TV, on your phone, everything. Pickles. It's nuts. I don't know. I just feel like, oh, it's okay. It's not your fault. I think, like, right, guys, like, yes, they can see in your home on your own Wi-Fi. They can literally watch you moving by analyzing those signals. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's creepy. Yeah, nobody talk about pickles because you're going to get ads for it. I'm telling you. Watch, as soon as I get off here, there's going to be freaking pickles everywhere. I swear. Yeah, so the raking thing, Tinky. I got like reamed the other night because I was answering somebody's question about that. So Janie doesn't consider the area in front of her RV the driveway, even though it's the driveway, right? Shan, it's bad. It's bad. Hold on one second. I talk too much. Excuse me. So Janie now doesn't consider the area in front of her RV the driveway, even though it's the driveway where the cars park. They don't go all the way up to her RV. So that's what she was arguing against, I guess. Like, because she's like, oh, I'm not raking the driveway. I wasn't raking the driveway. Well, isn't that whole area the driveway? I don't know. That's the way I took it anyways. Yeah, I never thought they'd take off on me. Absolutely. It's like a Wi-Fi sonar. Yeah. The best thing to do is to put your cell phone in the microwave, but don't turn the microwave on if you want your cell phone. Yeah, everything. Anything that can listen and watch you, just, I'm telling you. I heard they had burner phones, but I heard that a couple of times. Yeah. Guys, I just think with all, right? I mean, they could be out in the woods. They could very well be out in the woods, right? I honestly believe that's where they're at. They're out in those woods. I don't know how far. I'm pretty sure probably not more than like 10 miles away, right? I don't think they're further than 10 miles away. I honestly don't believe that. I have a couple specific areas that I believe that they're in. Like actually three areas. I believe they would be if this is me speculating, if the parents did have something to do with it, and they would be in a more like, they would either be in an area where it looked like they did get lost in the woods, or they would be in a sentimental area only known to them, right? Just my opinion. Just try not to be dark, whatever, but that's just my thoughts. What if they took off Thursday night? What if they took off Thursday night? Because Malaya says, I think they came in at dark, right? She's like, and I think they came in at dark or something like. What if they took off Thursday night? What if they've been missing that long? Yeah, I think they're close. What if they've been missing since Thursday night? Like, okay, because Daniel said that he thought they were already asleep when he came inside. He said he turned the light on them on midnight, which I thought was just the weirdest thing in the world. But and then Malaya said that she believed they came in when it got dark. What if they left Thursday night? What if nobody was paying attention and they walked off Thursday night? I don't know. You would think they'd be knocking on the door though to get in, right? Like if they were left outside or something. What if they left Dollarama with his buddy and the kids? Yeah, I don't know. The helicopter, yeah, the helicopters and drone. The thing is, though, with the radar sonar, God, I cannot think right now. With Jonathan Boley, they had the radar up and they didn't find him that way. The dog, they were able to spot the dog. Sarah, the Dollarama is like our Dollar General. From my understanding. Infrared, there you go, thank you. Infrared sonar. They did use, I mean, you heard Damien and Shan talk about it. No, the M did not look into their rooms in the morning, he said. So say we're going off of, say everything is true, what they have told us, right? Which I know it's not, because I caught Daniel and I have 3 different stories from him from the morning, that morning. The first story he told them that when he got back, he went out on foot to search some more until the RCMP got there. Then it later went to, when he got back, he just waited. He didn't go searching. He just waited for them to get there. Then now the story went to when he got back, he had to park by the little marsh on the side because the RCMP were already like going towards Malaya. So it's 3 different stories. Yeah, but the bodies are already decomposed. They're already bone. And by now, unfortunately, if they're out there and they're not buried, their bones are probably scattered because of wildlife and stuff, you guys. Hi, Lori. Good to see you. Welcome in. Unfortunately, yeah. The terrain, yeah, it does depend on terrain and stuff. And look at the terrain there, too. Like, there's all the deadfall and stuff from the hurricane. Cool said they're decomposing probably. Oh, they're already definitely bones, guys. Oh, lightning. Oh my gosh. I miss the thunderstorms like in the summer, right? I still do not think Jack and Lilly are in the woods, in my opinion. No, everybody's allowed to have their own opinion. Long decomposed, yeah. Everybody's allowed to have their own opinion, absolutely. If they were out there, they would be skeleton remains, absolutely. Absolutely. Hi, Charmaine, good to see you. My, I don't really want to talk about it, but my baby's daddy, I'll say it like that, he did, was it 30 years search and rescue. So I know all about all that, like the searching for people and, yeah, they're definitely not. It's very sad. Yeah. I believe they'll be found. Yes. Or items or something will be found. If they are bones, yeah, they're definitely bones. And if there's even one bone found, so they can absolutely tell if there was any kind of trauma or anything by looking at the bones. You would need an anthropologist for that. Now, if there's clothing and stuff nearby, they can get particulates off of that if they're really looking into it to see if any kind of they could still look into that. If they're buried, I mean, if they're good at what they do, like say they were buried under a tree or something, or buried under, I know this is going to sound weird, that the tree would have more nutrients, like from the decomposing bodies, if that makes sense. Shannon Hudson needs a lie detector, in my opinion, to rule out any. I think that one guy is just a creep that lives on the road, though. That Vincent guy, he creeps me out. Like his voice itself makes me like sick to my stomach. And I'm sorry to say that, but he does. No, I agree, Betty. But that's the thing too, right? If the parents were not involved, why all the lies? And exactly. So we have lies, and I'm saying lies because they are just the one I announced. Then the inconsistencies, like with the shushing, right? And then she says she never heard this shushing. Why the coincidences with why not calling that morning if they were outside? Why not go into town with her brother? Why on every single day? Why that day? Why that day they not go to school? Why that day she not call Malaya? Why that day she not go to town? Yes, there's so many different questions. Why isn't the mom talking and pleading for her children? I agree. It just stinks. It stinks. Yes, Daphne, that is a fact. I have been learning about using multispectral imaging to detect vegetation that is growing more vigorously around because it increased nutrient. Yeah, exactly. And like in the winter too. Oh, I love your picture, by the way. I never noticed that you had a German Shepherd. I've got one too. She tries to break the door down if I'm too long. That it's amazing how that works, because like certain like vegetation and stuff will grow there, like well, right after, usually like mushrooms and stuff like that. And then even the tree, like in the winter, trees don't grow as much, right? Like they don't go dormant, but they grow slowly compared to like in the spring where they grow super fast compared, in the summer, like stable. But if there is a body, like a decomposing body or something like that, they're gonna grow better even in the winter. If that makes sense. It's very interesting. It's kind of morbid, but it's interesting, right? Even buried decomposition rises up to the surface. Yeah, they did. But sometimes dogs can miss stuff, right? Just like they missed Jonathan Boley. So did they mow the pipeline after the kids? Yeah, it looked like it's been mowed. Well, it did in was it August? Nutrients. Yeah. Yeah, and that's the thing. I think like I don't know, I would try to do a dog that is highly trained. And I'm not saying, I know the RCMP, they start training their shepherds at 8 weeks, I believe. 8 or 10 weeks, guys. DOT is also cutting back the ditches in the area, which is helpful. That is very helpful. I think either they'll be stumbled upon by a hunter, or maybe a hiker, or I think would be a good thing too if someone got like I said, a highly trained dog that goes by clothing or something. to grab an article of, I don't know if it'd be too long for this, to grab an article, if they still have dirty clothes somewhere around, to get their scent and go on the outskirts of where it was really highly searched in those areas, if that makes sense. Like, especially in the areas of where the neighbors said to. I know they did search a lot by the Landsdowne Lake. I know they searched a lot over there by McLeod Road. I know they spent a lot of time over behind their house and on Landsdowne Road, if that makes sense. Well, it's not even about that either. If they did, how can 3 people harm and just? It could have been a total accident too, you know? Yeah, it could have been a total accident, and they're scared. I like I said, I don't know exactly what happened. I have my suspicions, and usually the simplest of explanations, right? The simplest of explanations, they either walked off, right? They either walked off, like maybe the night before, and maybe that's why all the different freaking statements and lies. I don't know. But think about it. I just feel like if they walked off, why didn't mom leave? Like, why did she leave? Like, that she doesn't act like a normal mom. And I'm not trying to be rude or anything, but like, what other mothers, like in cases that have been solved, have hidden from the public? And the one that comes to my mind is Jaden Spicer's mom. Like, she didn't even talk to the news. She wrote a letter, a freaking letter. She didn't come out and plead for her child. She wrote a letter that was like a couple paragraphs. That's it. And the wording is so similar to Malaya's, which is scary. And we all know what happened to Jaden. We all know what happened to Jaden. She came out and actually, I don't think they probably would have found him unless she came out. And he was like, God, was he like 15 miles from home? 10 or 15. But he was in a sentimental area. He was very close to where his grandmother, who had custody before she passed away, he was close by her resting place. So, yeah, the lakes are frozen. Well, the thing is, if the lakes are frozen, anything that's on the bottom will usually come to the top. You know what I mean? Or start floating. Yeah, I don't think, Mariska, that's like the last thing. I honestly don't think so. Even if varied wildlife and bird activity could draw attention, yeah. But what now, there wouldn't really be bird activity though. I mean, if nothing's growing there right now, but like say in the spring, if an area starts, like the grass starts, that would be the best time to go out, would be early spring, right when the daffodils start coming out, right? Because daffodils are like one of the first. Do you guys have daffodils there in Nova Scotia? When our daffodils start coming up, that means spring is on its way. But our snow is not done yet. Like, we'll still get a couple more snows, right? Not enough to like, well, sometimes it snowed here in May before. It's crazy. But usually when the daffodils pop up, that would be the time to go out and search, because you want to look for, like, when they start sprouting on the ground, the daffodils, go out and search. If you see an area where the grass is like come in like luscious before other areas, that's where I would look. Just my thoughts on it. I don't think they're far. I don't. If you know what I mean. Definitely there's, well, but they went missing May 2nd, right? They went missing May 2nd. So when your bones are in the ground, right? Your bones have calcium. That calcium, as your body degrades, the calcium and all the vitamins in your body feeds the ground, feeds the dirt, it feeds the plants, it feeds the organisms, right? The fungi, all that. So as your body disintegrates, so they went missing May 2nd, right? The stuff was already, I think grass and stuff was already grown in there. The trees were already blooming and sprouting. So I think the best time to look would be when the daffodils start sprouting out of the ground. That's, if it was here, that's when I would start looking. Whenever you guys see your first sprout of the thing that comes sprouting, or the earliest, that's when you need to go and look. I would take a drone and try to fly around, because that way you could see the grass and whatever else is blooming the best, if that makes any sense. I don't know what the range on an ATV with 1 tank of gas would be, guys. Yeah, I don't think they use that much gas. Depends on the type of ATV. You still say they're in the water? Well, if they're in the water, I don't know if you could, but if the ponds are trying to go right when they start melting, usually when they're iced over, things will come to the top, if that makes sense. You could always look at where the RCMP have focused, right, on their search the most too. Where did they focus their searches on the most? Because that's where they think that the children were or could be. Like, where do they keep going back to? Now, we were told that the human remains dogs came back, right? There was one the first day for 4 hours, Daniel said. Then he said the second day they brought in a second dog. They had 2 dogs roaming the property for another 4 hours, which that tells me that maybe they detected, the first dog detected something. That's why they brought in a second dog to confirm that. Just my opinion on it. Yeah. There's so many water. There is. It's a Nova Scotia surrounded by water. It's like Florida. It's a peninsula. It just floats out there. But it's just, if they went into the woods out here, let me put y'all's thing up. I can't see anything. If they went into the woods at night or in the morning, there's a very high chance coyotes would have sniffed them out, and coyotes grab and go, so maybe not together. Oh, like if they've already passed away. You know what coyotes do when they have got their prey? What do coyotes do when they grab their prey? I actually just posted a video of some coyotes. When coyotes have prey or have gotten their meal, they carry on. They're annoying. They will sit there and howl and carry on like freaking crazy. Remember the RCMP even grabbed scat from out there in the woods to see if they could locate the children. That's what we were told. And Daniel said they found a coyote and a beaver from the beaver pond. Where's a beaver pond around there? Just curious. There are waterways that aren't even on the maps. Yeah, I bet. I bet. A lot of waterways. And usually more than likely, children will be by water. If the children walked off themselves, usually they would be by water. Just from other cases, it seems like, right? They're attracted to water. Like animals too. That's usually the first place if you lose an animal or a child, like your child walks off, you go and look by the waterways. I think Daniel is just a weirdo. I don't know, waist deep water, but not being wet. Yeah, after him lying that one, I don't believe anything he says. I'm sorry. And knowing the rugs he takes, I just don't trust anything out of his mouth. If one cadaver dog sent in forensics would have been called in. Some might have been collected and we just don't know. Do you know, like, people who train their dogs, they can, if they detect something, they can simply just sit. They could have trained them just, hey, they found an item. They could simply just sit and look at you. And that would tell the canine handler that they found something. I think with 2 dogs coming in, I don't know. And why would the handler say something about the stove? That's just... I'm thinking that the bodies could have been disposed of by someone else in the family, and Dee was disposing. Could have. Yeah. I just... This case is just weird. Remember they had that top secret equipment out there and only detected 2 animals? Yeah, I remember. Yeah, the beaver and coyote. Yes, early spring for a search. Shan, what is the plant that comes up first there? Before your last snow. What is the plant that pops up first? Is it daffodils? That's what ours is. And then you have the tulips. And then you have like hyacinths or hyacinths or whatever they are. And then like a lot of our trees, like they don't get leaves on them for a while. Our pine trees keep their needles, of course, but I think there may be something in the odd message General put out there for Malaya about the meeting. Yeah, that was real strange. I think he was just trying to get her back, though. But I mean, it could mean something. And that right there, that statement he put out, that he would be the Daniel he used to be, told me that their relationship was not good. You know what I mean? I think that they were hid somewhere not on the property and they didn't find any remains. They could have kept it quiet. I think if they were hid somewhere not on the property and they didn't find any remains, they could, yeah. If they hid them somewhere, yeah, in mushrooms. All right. It's so ballsy posting a photo of waist deep 2 months later. Did he post a photo of him in waist deep water 2 months later? I didn't even see that. Jesus. I have lots of family on math. They make weird shit up or stuff up, excuse me. Just using, yeah, I'm being paranoid. I'm floating right now. I can't swim, so I hope we don't see. Hello, I'm not really laughing. All right, well, you guys need to stop talking about food. I am so hungry. I've been on here for 2 hours now. My opinion, if they're in a car trunk or totes, if the water, they would be going to come to the surface. I don't, here, let me just put them up here so I can read them better. I don't think any family members would be daft enough to bury the kids on their grounds. Yeah, I don't see that either. And please visit close family member. I don't see that either. But they've been out there. So yours are dandelions? Dandelions or we have lots of dandelions here too. Sometimes I'll see a dandelion, like when the snow melts a little bit before, like in between, there'll be just one growing. It's crazy in January. I'm like, what the freaking heck? I think it means your yard needs magnesium. Dandelions are really good for you too. You know that? Like you can eat the leaves, you could steep them in a tea. Oh, okay, blue heron. That's interesting, yeah. Crocuses and daffodils. I love daffodils. They're my favorite. Snowdrops and early thaw, yeah. Fiddleheads and ferns come up first in the woods. Yeah, you guys, I'm telling you, as soon as your first things sprout, that's when you go look. Get your drones and get the heck out there looking. Even knowing what you are looking for doesn't make it easier. Yeah. I can't. Yeah. I can't imagine. It just makes your heart drop, right? I just think, what is a crocus? A crocus. Hold on. I'm going to go Google this real quick. Give me a second. I got to Google this. Maybe it's a okay. Hey, we have those. We have those. They're bulbs. See, they're bulb plants. Okay. So like the bulb flowers come first, right? Yes. So when your bulb flowers come first is when you go look. Like when they just not flower, just pop out of the ground, the green. He said he yelled until his throat hurt while searching. His voice was not injured from yelling all day. How many people can stop, Al? You're making me feel like for a relation to eating. Yeah, you guys are making me freaking hungry. Who would ask a family member to use their? I honestly, guys, I don't. If, in my opinion, if Daniel did something, he's not going to tell too many people. This is just speculation. I'm not saying he did, because literally he wants people to look up to him, not down on him. Shan, thank you. They all have diabetes, so that PS I'm at 985. Oh, good job. Hey guys, Shan's at 985. Put your link in the chat so maybe we can get 15 more to get you to 1,000. That's awesome. I'm just joking. That's me. Thank you, Shan. Yeah, post your link in the chat. You guys go sub up to Shan. She only needs 15 more to hit 1,000, you guys. Oh, we are neighbors. You're in New Jersey. Oh, Jen, hi. Good to see you. How are you doing, my lady? Crocus. Sorry. There are a lot of really intelligent people here. Thank you. Yes, Shannon, how are you? Are you a part of our Facebook? I was trying to contact you to see if you were okay. I know she had her surgery. I hope you are resting, my dear, and feeling better. You're lost with this case. I think we're all in the same boat, because there's a lot, right? Oh, good night, Miss Julie. Have a great night, hon. Get some rest. You're already on her, Sarah? Yeah. Yeah, she's got a great channel. Make wine out of them. Very interesting. Crocuses. I'm going to crocus you out. Oh, Jen, I'm sorry. Yeah, I am too. They could have been moved. I don't think they were moved by a person. If that's the case, right? I don't think they were moved by a person. Like, who would dare do that? Like when people are watching. And there was something the RCMP said. Shan, was it in that new article that came out? Where's that new article at? Do you guys have that new article that just came out? Oh my God, what the heck? I read it. Give me a second. I got to pull it up. There was something they said about, where did I see that? Where they said there's still watching areas or something. Where the hell was that at? Oh my gosh. Where was that at, you guys? It was the Globe and Mail? Was it? Was it the Globe and Mail one? All right, let's read this real quick. Was it the Globe and Mail one, you guys? I know a lot of tech stuff, but sometimes I'm just like, I can't remember. Oh, American Justice. Question. What article was it in where they said that they are monitoring areas? Like where it sounded like they had surveillance on areas still? Was it the new one that came out? Do you know? My hair is horrible. I have got to put a toner on it. Do you know? The Globe and Mail is the most... Okay, thank you. Besides the Advocate. Okay, thank you so much, Shan. Thank you. Okay, I got it right here then. I want to read that to you guys real quick. And then I'm probably going to go get some food because y'all are talking about food like crazy. And my stomach is rumbling. You could probably hear it now. 13 more subscribers, you guys. Did you put your link in here? Okay, I'm going to read this real quick. Okay. I know we went over it the other day, but here. Actually, no, I don't want to do that. The question of how 2 young children could just disappear has kept the RCMP head of major crimes in Nova Scotia awake for many nights since Jack and Lilly reported missing from their home last May. But Staff Sergeant Rob McCammon, the acting officer in charge of major crime and behavioral science, insists police are still making progress with the case, and he's confident that in time it will be resolved. This is not a file that sits at work and you pick it up in the morning, said Staff Sergeant McCammon. You've got 2 very vulnerable people. I can't say that word right. Vulnerable people who perhaps were in some difficult circumstances and they've gone missing. We need answers to what took place. A team of major crime investigators are okay. So the major crime investigators are still working on this. I just wanted to bring that to attention. Are still following up on more than 1,000 tips they received and working through a list of 1,300 investigative tasks in a case. Investigative task in a case. He described as having the greatest volume of information in his 25-year career. The disappearance of Jack and Lilly from their home in the rural hamlet. They always say rural hamlet, like it's like Robin Hood or something. Landsdowne has reverberated across the country and abroad. The missing persons case that Staff Sergeant McCammon described as affecting so many because it's a very fundamental wrong. It's just wrong. That is wrong. It doesn't sit well with me. It doesn't make sense. It's just wrong. It should not have happened. That's what that means. On May 2nd, the morning Jack and Lilly were reported missing, their mother, Malaya Brooks Murray, marked them absent from school for a second day in a row. Around 10 a.m., she called 911 to report they had wandered off while she and Daniel had been dozing in the bed with their toddler. McCammon declined to speak about an investigative theory or theories in an interview at the RCMP headquarters in Dartmouth this month, saying all avenues are still under consideration, and he has to consider the impact on long-term justice. Should criminal charges be laid out? But he added police are making headway. I believe we had made ground when it comes to where things are heading and what we are finding out. We're collecting information from all areas. We're assessing that, and it's helping us form pictures of what may have taken place. We're going to continue to work down that road. It goes to say the Globe had previously reported on troubling issues inside Jack and Lilly's home, including admitted drug abuse by Daniel Martel, multiple black eyes on Jack and Lilly, controlling behavior that affected their mother, Malaya, and other pressures brought on by talking about fighting or something going on there. Financial struggles. That's the way I took that right there. The Globe's reporting also revealed that a provincial child protection social worker had visited the children's home to investigate a report of suspected abuse or neglect, period. McCammon said police interviewed the social worker involved with Jack and Lilly and others with valuable information about the children's circumstances. We have looked at their movements in the days prior and the kinds of things that were going on in their lives. So they're watching everything they did prior, right, to Jack and Lilly going missing. As a part of our investigation inquiry, he said. Such a weird picture. He's like looking off to the sunset or something. Both parents explained the children's sudden disappearance the same way. The kids must have put their boots on, opened the sliding door, and said sayonara, right? In the fenced backyard. The three adults who live on the property, including the children's step-grandmother, Janie, told police they heard the children playing in the morning they disappeared. Janie heard them in the backyard, and the people that they were... Malay and Daniel heard them in the house. Janie heard them playing in the fenced-in area, but all three were dozing off. Does that make sense? Right? Oh, goodness gracious. In the days and weeks that followed, the Mounties oversaw the largest searches of the province's history ever, right? Dozens of search and rescue teams, police dogs, a helicopter, and drones scoured thickly wooded area around the trailer for more than 12,000 hours. They reviewed thousands of surveillance videos and human remains. Detection dogs poured over 40 kilometers of land. In late fall, the children's, I'm just going to say Daniel Martel, said he doesn't believe the children wandered in the woods anymore because of the extensive search. He said he also no longer suspects that Miss Brooks Murray, who ended the relationship shortly after Jack and Lilly disappeared, was involved in the abduction of her own two children. So what other option is that? What other option is there? If the children didn't go into the woods and Malaya didn't give them away, what other option does that leave? Can someone help me? Hoping they get access to all the land surrounding the area of that uncle who we all... Yeah, that guy was weird. Sky painter. Well, yeah. I agree with that. Probably can't sleep at night because we're no further ahead at this point. Yeah. Be shocking if we found out Durwood was working with the RCMP all this time. Yeah, it would be shocking. I don't think they would discredit him though if they were, but maybe. I agree. They need all dogs on the property. I still think they were taken by a stranger. No, it's like I said. Everybody's has the right to their opinion. Picked up on May 1st in the night. I believe that Durwood. Oh, thank you. Or do you subscribe to mine or Shan's? Hi, good to see you, Kathy. Yeah, I just don't see rug masters taking kids, right? Like, I mean, maybe, but I don't know. Like, where are they gonna hide them? Yeah, I am more with Shannon on that. I agree with you. So they go on to say, so we just went over in this article all this stuff that they've uncovered, right? Abuse, where was it at? I want to go back to it. I have that highlighted, right? Okay. This one, for instance. So they spoke to a CPS, right? Someone, the social services, right? A worker. They had that went to the children's home, talking about Jack and Lily's home, right? 1407, to investigate a report of suspected abuse or neglect. I think it was both, actually. They just put more. I also want to point out this as well. So the Globe reported on troubling issues, right, inside where Jack and Lily lived, including drug abuse by Daniel, multiple, not just a black eye, multiple black eyes on the children, controlling behavior that affected Malaya, the mom, and other pressures brought on by money, right? Now, if there was no abuse or anything like that, what they just mentioned, right? There was nothing else. And the children just walked off, right? And there's no sign. They've scoured the woods, blah, blah, then maybe. But still, there would still, cameras would pick up something, right? They would have some type of knowledge. People talk, right? Even though if you don't see them on the internet, it doesn't mean they're not speaking to the police somehow, right? They didn't get an anonymous tip or something like that they followed up with and said, oh shit, right? Here's a clue, right? Someone picked them up. These people went to the gas station. Let's get the gas station records. What if they paid cash? Still, gas station still has a receipt, even if they have an old cash register, right? Not a digital. They still keep receipts and stuff because they have inventory of everything that has been purchased in the gas station. They have to keep inventory. So I just don't think that someone picked them up. Everybody's allowed their opinion. I just don't believe it. Especially with what happened in this home. In my opinion. It just, either they were told to get out because they were being too loud, or something more sinister happened. Now, this is what it goes on to say. Both parents have repeatedly denied any involvement in Jack and Lily's disappearance. And court documents show they both underwent polygraph tests and found they were truthful on all 4 questions. That were not, so they were truthful on all 4 questions, right? So that were not publicly disclosed, but we don't know what the questions were, right? We were never told. Daniel says they were all on unaliving the children, but that's Daniel talking. No new searches for the children are planned, but Staff Sergeant McCammon said police are reviewing the search areas to ensure they haven't missed anything. So they're reviewing all camera footage and stuff like that. If we identify areas that we feel would be of benefit to do some more searching, we will, he said. So they're going through all the body cams that they're aware, like everything, the drone footage and all that they've searched over. It goes on to say, without answers, social media and online content creators have more than filled the void, right? We've all filled the void with misinformation, speculation, while these online communities help keep the case in the public's eye. McCammon said they can also hamper the investigation. Like people seeing, oh my God, this shit drives me crazy. Someone posted last night on one of the chats and actually posted in one of the groups. It's an AI freaking video and it pisses me off because, it said the children had been found. It said they had been found. Right? Oh God, that hurts. Yeah, involved and knowing what happened. Yeah, no, I see what you're saying. Cool. And think about it, though. What the hell was I just talking about? I totally forgot what I was talking about. That's wonderful. Jesus. I totally forgot what I was talking about. There was something I was saying and I can't remember now. Jesus. Oh, yeah. The stupid AI video, which says that they were found. That, if you guys see a video and it says they've been found and the RCMP has not come out to say it, I want you guys to report those videos because this is what is happening. So all of these AI videos and stuff that are coming out, or these AI links on Facebook, report them. Because what is going on is like when you use ChatGPT or you use Google or Bard or anything like that, and you go into AI mode and you ask it stuff like that, it's gathering information from those fake videos and it's giving you the incorrect information. Yeah. Yes. Don't even worry about the video. Just report their entire channel. Because the more people that do that, then their channel will be taken out. I know YouTube has been deleting channels that are done in AI, all in AI, and that are newly created because it's spreading nonsense. Yeah, I freaking hate those AI videos. I'm done with it. Like, it's bullshit. Pisses me off. It goes on to say, and he understands the urgent need for answers about what happened to Jack and Lilly, but cautioned that intensive major crime investigations take time and do things by the book, according to the Charter Rights of Freedom. We have to consider whether charges will be eventually. He says it again. We have to consider whether charges will be laid eventually. So we have to maintain the rule of law and take their time and do it right, basically, right? It does take time and it's going to take some more time, he said. But he also said he will not stop until we have answers to what happened to them. It takes time. They're putting together a big ass puzzle. They can't just arrest somebody on hearsay or a fake AI video. You know what I mean? They have to have concrete proof. And in my opinion, that's why they grabbed the dogs and came back out. Well, I think if it was just neglect, they would have already put them in jail, right? Think about it. We know for a fact there was neglect, right? Think about it. Obviously, there was neglect going on. That's if the children just ran off, that's because of neglect, because they're not being watched. They would have arrested them just on that, right? They think about it. This is the way I look at it, and this is just my outlook. If the only thing they did was neglect those two children where they ran off, that's it, they would have arrested them already. But in my opinion, there is more, right? Yes, because it's going to be bigger. That's the way I look at it. Because here in the United States, if somebody neglected their child, they're in jail. They're in freaking jail. Young children like that, they throw their asses in jail. I mean, we understand that children get out and they run off, right? But with other shit going on in this, with the drug abuse, and the CPS have already been out there and given them warnings. They've had warning about what was going on. Neglect, yeah, and endangerment of the kids. Mm-hmm. I agree, and you have your little finger towards your name. All right, I'm going to get off here because I'm starving. Sometimes no evidence is the evidence. Absolutely. I agree with that. Yeah, I said that like a couple weeks ago. Sometimes no evidence is the evidence. Chemical endangerment should be one of the charges too. Absolutely. Just like they gave Jonathan Bully's dad. Well, if he's on it, there's definitely some kind of residue around. I mean, I don't know if he's making it or what, but you hungry too? I'm starving. I want, like, every time I'm in this room, it smells like someone's making biscuits and gravy or something. It smells so good. I don't know why, but nobody's cooking anything. The room makes me hungry. Yeah, the court would, exactly. They would not entertain unless there is full-blown hardcore evidence. They want the bodies. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Love you too, bestie. Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate you guys for coming in. If you guys want to, here, go join my Facebook group. If there are some cases that you want me to cover, put them in there. Maybe we could do a poll or something. Thank you, Artyman. Thank you. Yeah. All right. I love you guys. Thank you. You guys are great. It's breakfast time here. You're still in the hospital. I'm so sorry, Shannon. Oh, I thought maybe you were out by now. Well, at least your daughter's there bringing you food. How sweet. If I was there, I would bring you some food, sweetie. Oh, I'm so sorry. I hope you get better. I'm so sorry you're still in there. You're starving too, April. Everybody, we're always talking about food, right? Yeah. Thank you, Miss Robin. Thank you. I appreciate you. Mods, yes. You guys are amazing, all of you. Salty, Shan, Robin, Kelly, thank you. Jen, thank you. If she's still in here, I didn't see her. DM and Envy trailer should have been locked up. Oh, hell yeah, cool. I agree with that. Absolutely. The children still alive can attest to the environment, and we can see how Meadow is doing. Oh yeah, she's cute as a button, isn't she? She looks a lot better. She needs 11 more. Oh, thanks, Lori. Thank you. Yeah, it's oh my God, it's 8 o'clock here. How long have I been on? 3 hours. How the hell was I on for 3 hours? How was I on for 3 hours? No wonder I'm hungry. All right. I love you guys. Do you hear my stomach? It's growling. Yes, I'm gonna get some grub. I don't really want Taco Bell though. Oh my God, roast beef sounds so good right now. I want some fried chicken so freaking bad though. Thank you guys. I appreciate all of you. Yes, Shannon, speedy recovery for you. Much love. All right. We'll talk to you soon. Thank you so much. And go to the Facebook group and oh, curry sounds good too. And if you want me to cover any cases, just let me know. Oh my God, you guys are making me so hungry. Love you guys. Have a wonderful night, and we will see you back tomorrow. Thank you. Justice for Jack and Lilly Sullivan. May they be found.